Yeah, be careful because he took the Egyptians down for that very reason of the dark arts. Yes, it's true. Yes, you may think it's working, but like I said, everything that goes back to the Most High shall not be sent back in void, meaning you got to know the rules and regulations in pertaining to the Leviticus priesthood, which certain things was not allowed for other individuals. So just because you come up on the knowledge of the things that they know, that doesn't mean you have the authorization to use it, okay? That's an example of Moses in the Leviticus order from Moses and Brother Shua example. Y'all can understand that. But I'm not getting deep in that because that's not what I'm here for. I don't care to. I let men go in that type of knowledge. And if you're snared about it, that's on you. Has nothing to do with me. But I will, like I said, edify to correct or give you the truth or say, hey, I know what you know, brother. It's okay. But let me tell you this. This is where it comes in. Okay? This is where it's at. What makes it white magic? It is a false outer reality of truth. Dark magic was a labelment to get you to look at everything dark, bad, evil. Just as well as they have been deceived to themselves to think dark, good, melon. I needed to live, okay? You know, some of them think in those ways, okay? They'll think dark is good. So it was a racist way of concept that they gave to you of truth. What makes it truth is the fact that it exists. Truth is something that exists. Okay? Factual evidence has to be served, meaning has to be made known for it to become absolute. Okay, so it's levels to these things. Believe me, it's levels to it. All right, for example, some brothers and sisters I've heard call astrology witchcraft. And you are correct. However, the understanding of the craft is it's white magic, okay? It's white magic. I said, what is that? What is white magic? A false balance, okay? The ancient horoscope, which was this ancient knowledge of our Indian ancestors, were like maps used to navigate through the seasons and used as symbolic code of identity, okay? In the oppressor's horoscope says that, for example, it says that I am a Libra. I was born September 27th. This to give the understanding to the brothers that go on my page and call me a witch or call me using sorcery or they call me doing something when they don't know when I'm relating to my identity or when I am illustrating an ideal of the truth. Okay? You don't know the difference. That shows me you don't know the difference. So if y'all don't even understand the difference of good and evil that we took, how are you supposed to understand the whole Holy Bible text? Which Sister Edomite was correct. It has divinations in there, has astrology in there, even in Apocalypse, things that they took out. Yes. So if you call me one, you have to be calling yourself on your channel that you are using this Bible. You're teaching, everybody's teaching and preaching out of this Bible. You will be considered too using witchery, pertaining witchery knowledge. Supposedly. And is the Bible witchcraft? No. It speaks against it and it also exposes what it is for you to know. You knowing is not making you the one to be the witch or the wizard or the sorcery. Only the Most High know who's using these things. And we're all are using some form of theirs. That's what I want you to get. When we're talking through these cameras, this webcam, this computer, as I stated in my intro lesson to my channel, now, brothers, as we touching things offered to idols, Paul couldn't have said it any better. He couldn't have said it any better. I'm breaking this witch hex. I'm not feeding it. I'm not entertaining it. I'm not building on Jezebel or construct. I'm breaking this. Through this. I'm going to prophesy through the eye. I'm going to prophesy that it ain't going to happen. I'm going to prophesy that it shall fall. And what I'm using to get the message is their stuff. Just like they have used our holy Bible against us. Okay? Not giving us clarity and understanding of our scriptures. Okay? But that's okay because the Father will shall be done regardless because he creates everything and for his purpose. So don't go there with me, brothers and sisters. But that's you. You will be counted for this. I'm not doing this for nobody else. I'm more so doing it for my neighbor because I love you to be able to share it with you. I'm not going to withhold things that I know that the people need to be fed. Not because if they persecute me or they look at me some that, oh well. Then that's just they can't accept truth. But at least I went through mine. I seek myself and I can accept it. So it is what it is. And if I would love for some of my other brothers and sisters to, like I said, correspond, support me, love me, regardless of what you feel about if, my doctrine. And my doctrine is not even nowhere on any level of anybody else's. And you can't put me there. It would never be put there. You would know the difference. When I'm done, it's a difference. And it will always be a difference. Because I'm me. There's only one Shy. I know some sisters carrying Shy name. Let me tell you this. Like I put my evidence up. This little piece of papers they give us. Certificates, birth certificates, pictures. All these things can be used against the eye to help you see. I can give you real life proof. I can give you real life evidence of mine. My life, my words, my understanding, and what it is to be true. I can. I don't know about nobody else, but I can. So when I give you the birth certificate, I'm letting you know. This is what they created. This is what they said. This is what I came into this day. Okay? When they say I'm a Libra, like I said, I'm finna get into this. This is what they say. Based off their astrology, their season, their times. See, how was they able to know what the baby was going to be born? You remember when the Star of David, the Star of Scylla Mary, when they were looking for the Messiah, right? They were trying to figure out the season of times. So they could be able to kill him on time, on point, or not let it come through. Okay? The same concept applies even now, brothers and sisters. He does not change. It's the same way, okay? So if we know that, then what? What do they say? What do they say? It says a lot. It says a lot. So at the end of the day, they have used these things against us. Okay, in so many ways. It's such in reality as you see. I'm talking through something they made now. Okay, this is why magic to its core, right? So let's be real when we come to things. So like I said, Herod was trying to kill that child, kill them kids. He even killed all them and still didn't get the Messiah. You shed all that blood of all them 2-year-old kids and still didn't get the one. Do that make any sense? But that's how bad, that's how hatred, that's how deep it is in their DNA for us. That's how deep it is of the serpent in his genetics. This is how deep it can go. You feel what I'm saying? So understand that. That's the understanding. Understanding that, okay? And being humble and dwelling with this knowledge and this understanding and secretive. Everything don't need to be spoken. I understand that y'all probably all in the back now and saying, okay, we're going by that. If you are good, congratulations. I'm only here confirmation. Confirming, okay? Good. But some of this stuff I see is just ridiculous. So anyway, if you're looking at me and thinking that I'm practicing Anushka, no, I don't bow down to gods. I don't have a horoscope on my phone. My husband, no. I don't have a horoscope to tell me something every day or even a Bible scripture to tell me that. I don't do all that. Okay? But This is what y'all say in science, okay? Only thing that was truth about y'all horoscope is that I'm balanced, okay? Which y'all got the 7 from the raven. Out of the ancient Indian knowledge, which just like I said, was just the concept of nature being one, knowing where to go, knowing the hemispheres, because you have to notice in order to prepare your food, like he said, he gave man the duty to till the land in the beginning. They tilled the land. That's what made them brute, strong, force, masculine men. They tilled. They had to work with their hands, just like the women, how they were strong too. They worked with their hands. They got out and plowed, they knew we knew how to do these things. The difference is they slaved us to do it for them. But we were already on this concept, this construct, okay? Understand that. Understand that. Okay? So it says, for example, I'm a Libra. The 7 whatever sign or whatever they say in their ancient knowledge. Okay, supposedly it's their ancient knowledge, but like I said, it's not. It's not. In the ancient knowledge, I am a raven, one with the falcon, not separated. While ravens were considered an unclean bird, meaning do not eat physically, it did not mean that we were unclean. Okay? That the ravens in that category or identity or whatever y'all did in the heads did not mean colored women or whatever you're saying is unclean or anybody producing raven identity or characteristic, okay? Just like he characteristic with the beast, the symbolization that's all through Revelation, which that's the known book that everybody talk about. So many images, so many symbolizations. It's hard to even get one doctrine out of that because it's so much ways people look at it. I've heard of tongues that goes off of it, okay? That's just a perfect example when he talks about the woman warring with the dragon, the beast. Some of this stuff is literal. Some of this stuff is symbolic. Some of this stuff is reality. It all gonna coexist back to the same thing though, because the Most High don't change. It's always gonna go back to that one man and woman that he created in the beginning, right? It's always gonna go back to that. You can't change order of truth. You can't change genetics. I don't care how much knowledge or reversal you do. This will not change. We can't even change it. We are born with the blood type we gonna have. We are born with the spirit that we gonna have. And water is in all of us. Contrary to what they said that we all bleed the same. Nah, okay. We all born the same. Through a womb. Water. We're all born the same. Okay, so let me clarify those precepts up for those who don't have the understanding. Okay, so we were saying don't eat physical. I mean, we don't eat ravens. We don't eat them. Okay, symbolically, they are good animals, okay? Which in Leviticus 11:15 and Deuteronomy 14:14, that's the dietary. He was telling about the ravens. You can't eat them for us physically. They make an appearance in the Bible not only as examples of God provision, but also as messengers with God provision. God told Job that part of the evidence for God's care of his creation was that he feed the ravens. Job 38:41. Now everybody know that story. Job was really perfect with God, right? Okay. Was nothing that he loved God. He had a love, but he lacked understanding. Okay. So he allowed the Satan to take him through things because he knew he was strong enough to handle it. He also took him himself and revealed the secrets of the secrets. And he chastised him and he got him right. Okay. People say it was a man. Okay, this can go for a woman too. Losing everything, Okay. And people are thinking, what happened to her? She was this was happened, this was that, she had this and that, and then all of a sudden, oh, she's under witchcraft. It's a curse. Yeah, I've had men tell me I'm under a curse, what happened to me these past couple of years, and things that the evil say. And I blocked it out. Even when them told me and my husband, we're cursed, and I'm cursed because I'm with him. Because I did not even want to be with him. These are the things that people will serve you a delusion to make you think that you're crazy. But let me tell you this, my mind is too strong for that. I'm not going for that delusion. That's nowhere biblical. Now, what is biblical? You can tell me that I'm cursed with. I am cursed with the curse of Eve, and I'm cursed of Deuteronomy 28. That's what I'm dealing with in this world. That's what all I was dealing with. I wasn't dealing with no other things that I done placed on myself or put it on myself or spoke on myself. So much no. Okay, so that's my answer back to the ones that say that. It's because I had a Job experience. I'm living some of it now. I'm not living all of it, or it could come. The full chapter could come. Who knows? Most I could take my whole family. He could take me and just leave me or whatever. I don't know. But I've lived some of the experiences, so I can relate to that. Or what? It's not all the time somebody is suffering because they done something wrong, or this person is her fault she's in that, or she married to him, or she did this, or she did. It's her choices. It was her decision. No, sometimes the Most High puts you in things. In my situation, the Most High placed me in this marriage, in this timing, and in this purpose for a reason. I know my story. And I have my proof of my evidence of anything that I face and I counter, and why I have been in the wilderness for 3 years. Okay. And when I'm talking about wilderness, I'm talking about something symbolic. That means I am away from my family. I have traveled out. I have gotten out. I was thrown off. I was forced to. And guess what? I'm going to keep going. Why? Because of my morality decision. My decision to choose the spirit and not flesh. For me to choose the world, not the world way. To just give everything up and serve Master Yeshua is what I did. Okay. And that's what I'm continue to do. So I know what I'm dealing with. And I'm wise enough to know why I'm dealing with it, why the choices I was made, and also of any tongue that comes to me with that. I am cursed with the curse of Eve and the curse, Deuteronomy 28. Anything outside of that, brothers and sisters, you're speaking on me or trying to speak on me. And that's not good. The Most High don't like that, because it'll turn back to its sender at any given moment. His word don't come back to him voided. So what he hearing, what he's seeing, and the things out of our mouth that we see, he's hearing that. And he rebuke, boom, back that thought. Now you're cut off. Now you're dealt with from your own thing that you sent out to the next being. Not me, okay? So I know what I'm dealing with. So brothers and sisters, when you're in the truth, don't let nobody convince you dealing with anything else. Now, outside of what you know you're dealing with. If you know you're dealing with a certain sin, you know you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a certain curse, you know you're dealing with it. Okay? But you have these sorcerers, you have these wizards, and you have these harlots that will come and feed you another illusion like they want to help you or counseling you, but they're giving you something else of the serpent knowledge of wisdom. They ain't giving you the scarce wisdom. They're not counseling you with mother wisdom approach. They're not dealing with you on the healing level to get you out of that. Be careful of those, okay? Be careful of those. This is why I'm here. Soak it up. Get as much as you can. And I'm giving it all to y'all during my channel. Everything that's left in my life of my journey that I finally have been able to, because I was living it. I've been warned. I've been living this truth. So I haven't had the opportunities that some people that had to jump ahead of me and get started, because they had an easier path, an easier walkway, or maybe had somebody on the same accord that had that screen pushing them forward. Yeah, it's been some things, it's been some trials, it's been some myths inside of minds, like Job. Okay? Like Job. So I relate, I know, and I eat it up. So there's already examples there to prove what it could be. Now also thinking about that is me, or it was my choice, or it was my decision, or I'm suffering because of this. I'm suffering because of that. I'm not a harlot, not a prostitute, not a whore, never was. Yet I have walked in the wicked woman pathway, but I was not of that, okay? Yes, I done did some things far as what? Anything else that typically you can do as a normal individual in sin. Now everything now. I ain't do no bumming. I didn't go like, I'm not that way. You feel me? I've always had this heart and spirit that I have. I'm not neglected or whatever. But like I said, that ain't for me to tell y'all everything of every sin, because that's not what I'm here for. I've came far from that. I'm on repentance. I'm on renewal. I'm on that level now. But do I reject anything anybody say? No. I can at least put truth in myself. I can at least tell y'all a little bit about me. If y'all watching me or looking at me and you don't know nothing about me or my pain or my hurt or what I've been through or some of something that I face of truth and I'm still keep going, how am I giving you a testimony? How am I assuring you that this is me? I ain't gonna put everything out. No, I won't. But what I will do is give the inspiration to the women part that should be put out for those who dealing with it. So that way it still won't be no excuses. Because some of us has faced these things, but I have never made an excuse to say it's okay. It's okay to treat the sons of men like dirt. It's okay to cheat on them. It's okay to lie on them. It's okay to do all the things that I have seen in the wicked of the dark. It is not okay. Just because you're mad. Just because he do those things too. I had men do these things on me and I have not yet done it on them. I simply walked away. Okay? I had enough faith in myself and what I deserve. Bye. I'm not begging you. Okay? That's my faith. That's my morality. And I'm always keep that. So at the end of the day, that's just what it is. And so now I'm in the children, like, you know what? Most I got me a purpose, right? Shoot, I was spending my time up here operating manifest on the world base. Why not give the Most High my life? Why not fully complete? Why won't I fully surrender? I done it in this system. I done it for everybody else throughout my life. So who else deserved my love more than my creator that gave me this? That's how humble I had to humble myself. And that's why I'm here. Because this is my confession. This is my devotion. This is my dedication that I can leave into the world that one day maybe we come across or will become across, and it will inspire somebody to keep going, or it would be a testimony of faith, or it be something placed here so you can say it was given. So for warning, rebuke, correction, and also for truth. All right. That's what I'm dealing with. But I don't want to go too far off, guys. But yeah, all I'm saying is that, okay, is that the raven, like I say, with Job, it's just a clear example of the book. It's a really great book, and it's a great wisdom book. All right. Then the Most High answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, who is this that darkened counsel by words without knowledge? Girt up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Whew. Now, this is how the Most High deal with the sons of men. The Most High of anger, wrath of those lacking his knowledge and using the serpent knowledge. That's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about. Gird up your loins. Nigga, y'all know how y'all be on the street thugging, thinking you're hard next to the next guy, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Doing y'all little flinting. Okay, with that tongue, it's very deadly. And men was given the power to speak. Why you think it's easier for a man to get up, do a channel, sit and talk on a broadcast, get on a church, and everything flow? Men, women, children, everybody start flocking. Why? Because that was y'all authority. But guess what? In the power of the wicked, it's not like that. It's not on no good path. It's not on no okay. No, it's sorcery. It's speaking spells. It's cursing. It's all that. That's not the knowledge of the Father. Like his mother wisdom said, no, that he's of righteousness. He pure, righteous, and holy. When he speak, it ain't none of that. It's truth and knowledge. Okay? This is him. coming that way. He ain't coming no other way than that. So anybody else coming off without his knowledge. So yeah. So he's basically telling you, thugs, gird up your loins like a man, okay? Thugs. With your mentality. You're speaking curses in these rap songs. You're speaking foul language. You're speaking filth. If you're not speaking in a knowledge, conceptual, articulate, symbolic way, what are you speaking for? Curses, delusions, or trying to sway the minds off to something else, okay? Which is, it's crazy. You shouldn't do that. So basically, the Most High is like, you know, telling Job, like, out of whirlwind, who is this that darken counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up your loins like a man, okay? For I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Telling, answer me, shaking you up, okay? Come on, man. Y'all, are y'all really ready for that chastisement? But you're around here as thugs. You're around here looking effeminate. You're around here, you know, into all white magic. You ain't even dealing with the Father knowledge on a lot of cores. A lot of y'all not. But hey, that's another story for another time. All right. So, this is how he deals with the sons of men who feeding not his flock with his knowledge. A theme that both a palmist, which is Psalm 147, 9, okay, chapter 147, 9. Just go read that. I'm not going to go through that. But ravens' meanings are symbolically good, okay? God's provision. They eat some food right away, but some they save in a particular spot and come back later for. And they are smart enough to remember where their cages are like some, well, unlike other animals. They catches. They do remember. Alright, and partially that last one was cited by Arbika, is Abarkley, and he's Bible signs and symbols, ravens, love Jesus. So you see what I'm saying? This Jesus, this false Messiah, is the one that is the wizard. I think when Brother Yeshua told them, can Satan cast out Satan? Even Satan's house is not divided. So why would I be a demon casting out my other demons from people? Would not be on the same chord? Is like, okay, we on the same level. We destroying these bodies, okay? That don't sound right. So the sorceries and the Pharisees and Sadducees that tried to label him that, they sounded stupid. Then right after that, be careful. He says one sin you can't be forgiven for, and that's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. This is not how I get my power. Through no sorcery, through no witchcraft, through no black Madonna, through no feminist group, through anything. This is not why I'm speaking my tongue. This is not why I'm on this channel. This is not why I'm doing what I'm doing, okay? Let's get that understood. Concept. Let's get it understand. Okay? That's not me. So at the end of the day, the Pharisees and scribes, that was on them. All right. So the real wizard, like I put, I think, in my purpose for wisdom video 4, how I explained the Edom, Sister Edom, I gave me some of those quotes or whatever. I went to go get some, and was basically talking about the Jesus, the spiritual Jesus of the wizard. Okay, aka the title Jesus. Remember, this is a title, this is a name, but lies the meaning and substance of what it's trying to tell you. Basically, that's the wicked, the wizard, Jesus, the Baal, all these evil things. Okay, it's a parasitical kind of guy. All right, so you just gotta understand these things. I just don't go in depth with knowledge because I don't. That's I could be here all day, sisters and brothers, and I can't do that. I got a life. So I can't go into depth with all that, okay? Now, my pictographs is on a timely matter. You get a little milk, you get a little meat, and you get it, you let it digest, you meditate on that. What I done said that week in them 15 minutes was a lot, okay? So I'm not going to overpound your brain. Not my followers, not my subscribers, or not the believers, or not my brothers and sisters. These are titles. Whatever the audience be. Okay? I'm not trying to get you off, but deal with the concept of that. Like I said, the opposite. The opposite of Brother Yeshua is this Jesus character. Okay? So, Brother Yeshua, the truth, the spirit of truth that came and wakened us and told us that, hey, that's not me, guys. Nation, my sisters and brothers, that's not me. This is another character. Okay? That was invented for us to blot our mind. Okay? So this is where we at. This is where we at. So I'm just giving you that understanding. So he's also said the love for Jesus. So we know he follows Jesus. So you're following the oppressor or your forefathers' astrology they gave to you. Hey, if you want to keep that religion or you want to keep that's the truth. Hey, so be it. That goes great for y'all. But however, for me and my ancestors and my bloodline and my DNA and my spirit intellect, it has been woken. That's not for me. Never was for me. You know what I'm saying? And I always been a truth seeker, so I wouldn't been here if I wasn't a truth seeker. So that already had to be in my DNA. The Most High already knew what time, what day I was going to wake up. And that's the truth. So whatever day y'all said or what y'all thought it was going to be, you going to be fooled because it wasn't. So, like I said, that was just giving y'all the different contrasts. In my pictographs, you will see what I am speaking today in my video 5, where you will see the difference. Can you see the difference? Because both of them say the Libra, balanced scales, the raven. In the ancient Indian culture, my ancestors, Black Indians, you will see they formulate everything off the base of a truth. It's called a concept that's based off experience or truth, which I introduced all this foundation with my first video on my channel, and so far has been the most watched so far. That, and guess what? A lot of people was weaned off immediately from not even accepting the truth that was given through the words of a lot of people through these knowledges. Okay, who was going to formulate the way? It was so many Christianity doctrines when Christ came. See, this was before him. People think Christianity started with him. This is a long centuries belief, okay, that you will call paganism, or you will call Judaism, or you will call just idol work, whatever. This has been a history of century type of doctrine, okay? It's nothing new under the sun, just formulates the different names and different things and stuff like that. So that's where we at, okay, guys? So don't get too far off with this stuff without really understanding. And I'm here to tell you, and you may find another one that's corresponding me or sister, brother that correspond with what I'm saying. I'm not on there doing no tarot cards, I don't do none of that. That's not even the true way. That's the whole point. They have gave you white magic. So even if it was a sense that we had black girl magic or power, it would not be in that form, right? We would not be doing it on the, I say, all over the world in front, and they just been okay with it. You got these black women that has tarot card reading channels. White women has tarot card reading channels, seeing the fortune, looking at this and this and that, Australia. Out in the open now, in the history, the real ones got killed because it was real. And it was not witchery. Like I said, dark understanding, scarce wisdom, black woman spirit. Okay? That's it. So at the end of the day, you're still being foolish. You're still being naive, and you're still following your man, probably your husband, boyfriend, or whoever taught you that, or whatever you came about, serpent knowledge. That is not the way, sisters. Hey, I'm just saying. Anyway, but if I do it, I'm going to do it based off the word code, okay? The dark sayings, okay? Because we have to accept the whole book is inspired by God, right? Okay, so at the end of the day, if we do this, it's done in the right way. It's on the right accord. The ancient Hebrew calendar language, the ancients pictographs, and the ancient horoscopes line up with the word, okay? Let's see what Raven is in the word of a parable or a metaphor when he was speaking to his disciples. Seek the kingdom of God is what it told. That's the context. And he said unto his disciples, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, neither for your body, what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have stone house nor barn, and God feedeth them. How much more are you better than the fowls? Luke 12:22-24. All right, again, I'm going to say this again, this parable. Seek the kingdom of God. And he said unto his disciples, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body, what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have stone house nor barn, and God feedeth them. How much more are ye better than the fowls? Luke 12:22-23. Basically was playing because you have, like I said, good and evil. When he symbolized some fowls, he's seen them as unclean, like the beast, the Antichrist, the Revelation thing. Some of them is symbolic, saying that, okay, I'm symbolic saying this person would have this characteristic of a beast. It is the Antichrist that carries this type of characteristic personality that is against the Most High. And they know they're against the Most High and they don't accept Christ. But yet they will act like it. The Antichrist is. Then it talks about the one of all. Of that created that theologian to why you got the other baby Antichrist walking around because they're following the head. Just like Muhammad is the head of Islam. You're following that. Who's ever the founder Jesus of Christianity or Mary of their version, you're following that. That's the head of your Antichrist or religious doctrine. So if your doctrine is not built and rounded in the word, we're not talking about a form of mouth of a man or woman that created something. We're talking about the word itself. If it doesn't state that, it's not in the holy book. Because the reason why the holy book was supposed to be concealing guilt to us is because in the last days. See, a lot of our stuff has been defounded or destroyed or lost. Why? But this is the power of the Most High, that even through all that, he has reserved a book for everything that we actually need to know is in front of us. And you can debark everything with this one book. Am I saying just 6 is one book and not go get more knowledge? No. Because I'm giving you all ways of any type of thing they have is truth in. And it still goes back to the book. You still have to decode the book. You still have to put the things in context. hex. You still have to understand what is using to break the witch hex, the white magic that they have done to us, the scarce knowledge they reverse, the scarce wisdom. Everything that you think is good is evil. Everything you think is evil is good. What did Elijah say? Elijah, whatever. My book, my name, Shai, whatever they translated it to. Isaiah, whatever. Not saying it's my book, but when my ancestor do something it's tied to my blood, we all look at each other that we did it. We don't separate each other. We did it. Just like Isaiah prophetess, his wife or whatever. She could have wrote the book, but it's still under his care. It's under his name because it's still her husband. He's still her family if it's his brother. So this is a bloodline of family, okay, from the beginning. So when one do good, we all do good. One get it pushing, then we all pushing, okay? So at the end of the day, that's how I look at the book of Isaiah, okay? Compared to they say where my name come from. Compared to they say what this and that. Okay? I know the truth. And I know how to do it. And I'm trying to teach y'all how to be more observant, to be more cautious, how to look at the differences between the horoscopes of the oppressor and the horoscopes of the ancient, even the Enoch calendar, even the Hebrew calendar. But one thing for certain, I'm going to get on in a little bit, we can know so you won't be deceived. Once I've spoken, like I said, through this message, through my tongue, I don't speak it again. Because when you come upon it, there, many can watch it. Millions can watch it. I don't have to keep saying the same thing because I've already talked about one subject. If I talk about one subject, it's that one subject. I'm going to say my piece, say my truth. I'm going to get everything out, and that's what it is. And that's where I'm going to leave it at. And I ain't changing it. So that's just what it is. So I don't have to speak about none of this stuff no more. For as Enoch, like I said, I titled this Enoch. It's Mary Magdalene Controversary, truth or myth. It is you to answer the question, not me. I am only sparking the minds through my channel and giving confirmation of all truths that people hold inside the religious, the scientific, or biology, or any means that they serve. Okay? At the end of the day. All right. So to the individuals who use white magic, which is Jezebel hex, astrology, the modern day astronomy is not built off the seasons, times, or none of that. Straight up imagination, straight up weakness, straight up all that. It is not corresponding with any seasons, times, or nature. It literally is an illusion of life. You won't find the living God from his creation, but his order in timing, the balance. The ancient Indians of colors knew the concepts, metaphors, or their language. However, you are worshiping the wrong way of life. It can only be understood through his scarce wisdom and way, Brother Yeshua. Throughout the biblical text, as scarce wisdom, throughout the biblical text, scarce wisdom from our forefathers. Okay, so if you are saying dark sayings or witchcraft, then you also have to agree with using it, right? When y'all pastors, elders, or any individual prop themselves up in a church building, on the internet, online, or whatever, even behind the scenes, and are using the word, the Bible, the biblical text, and the ones that's calling it witchcraft itself is why you reject the Bible. See, it's both ways, sisters and brothers. It's both ways that it has been talked with their tongues. So guess what? Everybody will be wrong, right? We all will be wrong, right? That part. I hope I didn't have to go into that or what I just said. Okay? We all would be wrong, right? The ones rejecting the Bible and following other things, that's still part of the Bible, still of truth. And the ones serving the word and using it and speaking it is out to get money and get gain. You're no better than the ones that's out there that don't even claim or reject the Bible. They still use the tongues, the horoscopes, tarot cards, different things to get their monies on their channels, whatever witchery they're using, whatever craft it may be. It's still of the same thing, okay? But it's a way. It is a difference. Hold on, my daughter. Hold on. All right, guys. But yeah, so you'll be wrong. We all will be wrong. So I'm just gonna let that be where it's at, because I'm already on an hour and 45 minutes. I stopped the first video. Now this was at 45. So I try not to do no more than 3 hours, because literally if I would have did 1 or 2 hours a week, it's 4 weeks in a month, that still would have been like 8 hours. So I guess as long as I be within the 7 hours or 8 hours a month that I would do one a week, the time will still be the same. So that's why I gotta spend a lot more time in one day to do 3 of them, because that'll be for what, 3 weeks. But I'd rather do it all in one day because of the time, and I just don't have too much time, brothers and sisters, to really just be on here doing things. That's why I speak through my pictographs. I'd rather be silent more. My thoughts are clearer. I'm able to get them out. I'm able to elaborate. I like to just look at the imagery, the work, the art. It's easier too for me in studies. I study with my own channel, my own self. I go look at and different things. So this is more for me too. And anybody else that want to be involved inside of my life, my faith, and whatever that wills me, that gives me strength. And if you're a believer, okay, just simple that. Okay, so I just I hope y'all be patient with me though, but yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Okay, so you are reading the parables and metaphors and giving off of the ancient horoscope, but change it to fit your reality, world wisdom. Basically, I'm saying you are reading a pair of parables and metaphors and giving off of the ancient horoscope. This is what they did, but changed it to fit your reality, which is the world wisdom. Neither wisdom, mother wisdom isn't a witch. However, the world have labeled black color women the harlot, Jezebel, witch, and goddess. Yet you are the true idol worshippers. So when I painted the description that the black man is been put inside a Jezebel controlled spirit to destroy his own women. See, they used to beat women in submission. I don't know. Maybe I would say Farrakhan's wife can relate, or you could tell me a little bit about it, sister. Or I don't know if you're going through it or not, but we do know that Islamic is a religion of hate and violence. I don't care how good you Pharisees try to make y'all image of y'all cup look so good on it, but in the inside it's it's got some problems. And just like these camps and these groups and these religious organizations. But what I do know is that back in times, this is why the Messiah, this is why a man had to come, a man of the Most High, to be the example, to put the sword in the world, because you had men beating women in submission, okay, to go against each other, also using their spiritual swords, the both of the oppositions against her. So she has even used her own husband against her, this control spirit of Jezebel. I lived it, I seen it through my own eyes on people. It's crazy. But at the end of the day, uh just be careful, like I said, to be in self-control and control your anger in a lot of ways, because there's some things that's going to piss you off, some things you're going to find out, and some things you're going to continue to see, when the Most High keeps revealing things. But over and all though, that Jezebel has given the black men things of the world, materials, just the way black women can go work and get little material things. This is not a one-way street. Hear me out. This is what the oppressor gave to both of us to make us war against each other. It's a whole bigger picture than this. But majority of men, since they were the provider anyway, that was always the same construct. My father ain't going to change. This also has been used as a role against us. Okay? By feeding him, thinking that, okay, this is the way to be to your woman. That's because white women put up with that. Or they were subjected to certain things. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High gave them their head over them. That ain't our problem. But for jealousy and envy of the counterpart, she wanted their men. Okay? This slogan of black men got big, gigantic penis. Sorry, kids, please get out the room if you got kids in this. I'm just saying, using the scientific term, these things that they have lust off, it says they lust. The flesh lust against the spirit. These things is real. Don't think that you are wanted black men just because you got power. You are at the bottom of her counterpart. That is not why she's over there. That's not why she's partaking of you. That's not why. They know who they are. They know where they come from. They know what they got to do to survive. And they know what magic they're using. Okay, so y'all want to talk about black girl magic and dark. Why? Are y'all conspiracy with them to keep us down because y'all scared of that black woman, y'all selves, because of what y'all done to her daughters? That's why? Do you fear her more than the father, though? That's the craziest part about it. It's crazy. So your mind is all unstable on all so many ways because guess what? You took in something outside your nature. You're stepping too far out. You've been doing it for centuries. Get yourself back together, brothers. Get yourself back together. Now you're out here done lost y'all freaking minds and have defiled probably all the women of the daughter of Zion. Done went through, and probably Edom daughters y'all have went through, and the Vietnamese daughter, who knows? Black men spread that word through all types of different women. When black women did it, or it was happening back then, it's because they were raped and tortured and forced. They didn't have physical strength. You were there for that place, but once you exit that out, what else that my grandmothers had to lean on or had? So this is what you need to understand. Their monetary and DNA, you need to understand. It's that other stuff dealing with white magic or whatever Eve want to give you, Mother Eve, on the fleshy level, or these other women, other nations want to tell you that they know, they got the understanding, they got this knowledge, that knowledge, and you going around following them like a ox to the slaughter. Negro, you are crazy when you are the original. So how you don't know? So I'm not going to say some of y'all don't. But then you still partaking of that fruit. Why? Because you caught up in your lust. You caught up in your spirit. You know you're not supposed to be doing that. You know you're not supposed to be landing with no other one besides black one. You know these things. And this is not racist to my sisters. This is just the truth. Just like he created y'all counterpart, he created us counterpart. And we can coexist with each other. We have before. We can. But first, this has to be understood of why it's existing. Because y'all want to keep playing the two-sided to keep the black woman down. No, it ain't happening no more. The Most High not allowing that no more. It has came to an end. This sin has came to the heavens of all the courts. Man, y'all didn't do right. You didn't do right. Stop playing like it's just a black woman. But at the end of the day, this not even just being on their side. I want y'all to get to see how much damaging and hurt it is for you. I am loving you enough to correct you. I'm loving you enough to sit here and be like, you know what, brother, consider your ways. Consider the Father. Turn yourself back. Get yourself right. This is for my husband and any other black man. Get yourself right. Or have you gone too far in the depths of that womb or something else to the point where you're just gone and perverted? because you set and lust off a woman's flesh just because she was doing it all day long, giving you everything. Any woman giving you sex 24/7, it's a problem. Anytime you want it, when you want it, and all that, that's a problem. I remember wife, and I'm not even going to do that all the time. That's just not what it's supposed to do. You got other duties. You got other things you're supposed to be doing and tending to as a man and woman than doing it all day. Smoking all day, drinking all day, or doing anything that you call yourself of any fleshly desire doing all day. It's more to life than that. And I ain't finna let nobody sit and play me like that. You ain't gonna do that. So that's why I'm like so firm on a lot of things. Even when I was in bondage my sins, I was not that lax on what I should accept and what I, in low. No. I don't care how they put me down here at the poverty as a black woman, but my character do not have to be my poverty. My morality don't have to be my poverty status. Okay, these things you can do when you in the poor. You can have a moral code. You can have a structure. You can have a conceptual mind. You can have a spirit of life. Whether you have $1 in your pocket, a 0 in your bank account, I'm still here. I don't have that much, but I'm still here. A lot of y'all don't have that much. I used to, but I don't. I've gave away a lot. I paid a lot along the road. I did some things. I done survived and still surviving now. Okay? After 3 years of being out. So, the world, just completely awakened to what I know. So, that's all I want y'all to see. That control spirit that y'all brothers have been operating in, or some of y'all not understanding, or some of y'all still in the world, and it's got you fighting against your woman when you know she a good woman. Like, we're not talking about the women that's on the way you on. Oh, they gonna be snared too, and you will too. We're talking about when you got something good, you got something right, but yet you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And it's all going to come to an end. Because guess what? Just like David have kept some of them men, they had wives. He even snatched one on from them. People would say that's wicked. Why? Why would you say that wicked if he's seeing a daughter of his seed being persecuted by a man and trying to turn her wicked or do things to her? Why wouldn't it be right to kill him? That's what he should be. If you can't treat your better half, and you treating them loads of dirt, and you killing, you beating on them, you throwing them out, you doing stuff, you don't need to exist. You are Antichrist. You don't believe in love. You don't believe in unity. You don't believe in brotherhood. You need to be killed. But see, y'all take these stories and these images of these people and label what y'all want. Ooh, he was bad. He was wicked. When was he wicked? He's saying just like nobody else. But when was he wicked? Just because he killed them? I'm going to show you why he had to kill those men. It was certain whys. Even inside of my Jezebel, when it tells me in my ZONDERVAN Bible, which I have connected us to the Bible, too. Oh, why? Some of those men see them heritages or DNA led back to Jezebel. Do y'all know that? Even though she was, devoured by the dog. Oh, she still lives through her seed too. These descriptions are people, men seeds like Pharaoh. When he said, I'm not going to see you no more. That mean we ain't going to see no physical Pharaoh, no Egypt rising like they did no more. But they seeds still exist. Because it's still bloodline DNA. It only regenerates, renew, meaning renewed covenant. It was never a new covenant. Renewed. And that's correct. For any brothers or sisters that is talking, speaking that, you are correct. You are correct. I'm confirmed. Like I said, a lot of things I will confirm because I know it's true. And I'm only going to listen to what I know is true of people. Tongue, when you get the fabricating and going off the word and you don't even resist to what is true, I don't deal with you, or I'll just turn you out. Hey, I'll go check another day. Maybe they done got themselves together. They ain't coming like that. Or I correct them here and there. Sometimes I just won't say nothing at all. I let them believe whatever they want to believe. It's some people I have not went to yet. It's some I have. am I saying I'm God or I'm this and that? No. But being in a priestess or a prophetess, you are giving your divine knowledge. You are giving gifts. You are giving these things just like everybody else say that when you awaken, you get the Holy Spirit. So don't take it out of context and make it illusion of my words or what I'm saying. Understand. Understand. That's it. Understand. All right. The Most High used some of the colored harlots to serve the delusion. Yes, he did. Since they want to fall in their own ways anyway, and they didn't want to be repentant harlots or adulterers or things like that. Okay. Hey, you're being part of the purpose too, right? You got a purpose too. And guess what? It's to serve the delusion as well. Okay. If it's meant for one of them brothers to be up in that or whatever, only the Most High know that. It's under the unrepentant women. Like I said, this is why the young women are becoming lesbians, because they worship a female goddess, like I say, a femininity goddess, not seeking the scarce wisdom of their forefathers, means with corrections, allow, you can't be doing none of that. Let me make this clear. I don't worship a feminine God. I worship masculinity and all of creations through my brother Yeshua way. I am a natural woman who is only attracted to masculinity, energy, and spirit, like I supposed to be. It is what gives me my power and creativity. This is the absolute truth and good doctrine I give to the flock. I want the sons of men to beware of the harlots and the adulterous women, camouflaging in the awakening, but seek to do her opposition will and kill the true believers. Like Jezebel killed the prophets. Mother Wisdom Guidance will help you be more observant and cautious of the marriage law and commandments. They did have women in the wilderness that didn't want to help uh, provide until the lands that worship other gods as well. So Moses did give the sons of men uh, certificates of the divorce. Okay. Not the daughters of men. Why? Because some of them had righteous husbands, were given righteous husbands. They were content with him because he followed the law and the commandments. Okay. And it is always a righteous woman and righteous man example in agreements to the order of their God. He is one. He is who exists forever. He is the great I am. Okay? He is the great I am that I am in spirit.